All right. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.
Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Well, it's been just more than a week, alhamdulillah, since the online campaign for Omar and Bilal's education fund was launched, and now, alhamdulillah, it looks like we have the first 8 months worked out. It's about $9,300 raised for the two young men's 2-year program. So that represents what, just about 25%, a quarter of the total goal of getting 28,800 to get these young men on that final imam track to become two of our country's future religious leaders. So alhamdulillah, and alhamdulillah also that we're kind of in an auspicious moment. As viewers know, this is the last 10 days of Ramadan, really blessed time. And many of us are thinking about also how to entrust our zakat money before Ramadan ends. And we have a really worthy cause here with the Sheikh, and with your permission, I'd like to just talk with you a little bit more. Now, it's interesting that these young men have agreed as part of the campaign to make du'as specifically for the families and each individual donor. And when you think about that, it really is a blessing to receive prayer from any Muslim. But mashallah, anybody that is a student of knowledge on a blessed path to learn and share their religion, the dua is only compounded in the waiting days of this holy month. So Sheikh, if you could take a moment just to talk to the donors who have given support already to your sons, as well as those who are watching this campaign during these last 10 days of Ramadan and have not yet contributed to the cause.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As far as those who have, mashallah, donated, mashallah, we're very, very grateful. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in all their wealth for them and their family for the rest of their lives. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them in every way and move all obstacles out of their way. And inshallah, this, like you say, this is a very, very precious time. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and touch everybody's heart to understand how important this is. I should say, in this country, two individuals, born and raised in this country, mashallah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept them to finish, their schooling, and then again, this is when their life begin. So we are hoping that everyone can see, because who knows, it may be their children who are taught by these two that would help guide them, give them an understanding, help them to, remove certain things out of their hearts and confusion. So we are hoping that everyone can see, mashallah, the importance of this, and out of the mercy of Allah, that He touched their hearts, to help them, they have their foot in the door. Now we want their entire body in the door so they can sit down and begin their studies, mashallah.
That's wonderful. Sheikh, if I could take maybe a couple questions from some of our donors, and perhaps on other people's mind as well. One of which is, does the Institute of Islamic Education, the full-time residential school that the young men are bound to, and their studies are beginning in less than a month, it seems here.
Actually, on the 26th of this month.
Man, less than a month. So the question is, does the Institute offer tuition assistance for maybe those who cannot, are unable to pay the monthly $600 tuition cost?
We spoke with them directly there at the institution, and they explained to us that they do not, but they accept someone from the community who is willing to support them and sponsor them.
Inshallah, and you have that, inshallah, with us. And another question was, can they work while they're studying? In other words, is there any chance for kind of side income while they're studying, or does the intensity and the amount of study kind of preclude that?
Yes, it does. What happened is that they will study 6 days a week, and they will only have Sundays off for their, getting their hygienic things and whatever other needs they have. So the classes, will prevent that, and actually it would be defeating the purpose, because their purpose is to study. So they need to keep their focus. They do not need to be distracted. So they will be full-time, and this is what we want. So no, they will not be able to. We don't want them to even think about that. We want them to relax and be comfortable, you see, and fulfill their needs towards this education. This is what we want.
That's wonderful. That's great. And Sheikh, one thing I really appreciate about these young men is they've kind of put themselves out there to the community, really via this online campaign, to fund their education. Mm-hmm. And as you know, it's not easy to put yourself out. Mm-hmm. But generally what I've noticed is the people that are most worthy sometimes are the most shy to ask for this.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that. And another thing I've kind of observed from this campaign also is, sometimes we see our masjids and Islamic centers kind of like these silos, these self-contained little isolation units, rather than as a means to integrate ourselves into the larger community. And maybe via this campaign, these young men have kind of moved out of the masjid environment and into the larger audience in society. And my hope and prayer is that this kind of foreshadows a type of open and imam and religious leader that they will be once they take the mantle of imam at a masjid in the U.S.
Yes, this is what we want, because we're all brothers, you see, and this is what we want everyone to understand. I myself, I come from a Christian background. They were born into Islam. So coming from a Christian background, coming into Islam, I have no culture or anything to bring. I have to practice Islam. So this is what I want everybody to understand. We're all brothers. We want to be open and realize that it doesn't matter what geographical location you're from, anything, etc. We're all brothers, and they are, not just them, all of our children born in this country. We are a lot. We will benefit this country if we learn the true Islam. You see, put our children in the right environment. Yes, we will benefit this country and all those who are in this country. We will teach them well.
Well, Sheikh, we appreciate you and your sons taking some time to update us about this, and also we ask that you keep us in your du'as, and we will do the same for you, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of us as a student of knowledge, just as He has inshallah accepted these two young men. Ameen. Wa akhir adana alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Salam.